Hello, in this video we're going to look at shus. You can find this particular pronunciation on many different words. We'll have a look at those in a moment, but for now let's have a little think about how we can spell this pronunciation. One is C-I-O-U-S, okay? C-I-O-U-S. And the other prefix is T-I-O-U-S, and the pronunciations are identical. So if the root word, the base form of the word, ends in CE, then the shus sound is usually spelled C-I-O-U-S. So the root word space would become spacious, S-P-A-C-I-O-U-S, meaning that an area has lots of available space in it. If the root word ends in T-I-O-N, shun, then the shus sound can be spelled T-I-O-U-S. So the root word ambition becomes the adjective ambitious, so describing someone who has dreams or targets that they wish to achieve. Example, Mr. Hassan is very ambitious. He wants to be the best teacher in the entire school. Pallavi is an ambitious young girl. She wants to learn English better, and she wants to speak English well in the future. So she is very ambitious. I'm going to put on the screen now 6 other words that we can convert using the I-O-U-S spelling. Here we go. So, grace means somebody who has lots of class, maybe femininity, is very stylish. She could be very gracious. Gracious. Space, we've already touched on that one, becomes spacious. Spacious. And somebody who's very careful, they might have lots of caution in their mind. So they would become cautious. Cautious. Ishmael is very cautious. He doesn't like to make mistakes. Mr. Gary is very cautious. He doesn't take many risks when driving in his car. Now let's think about food. Food that has lots of good nutrients is described as nutritious. Nutritious. So the base of that word is nutrition. So in terms of somebody who's on a diet, they have or they like to consume food with certain nutrition, depending on how they eat and what they like to eat. Somebody who does something on purpose has lots of malice in them. So when an event happens and that event was done on purpose, we could say that that is malicious. Malicious. Meaning that it's not accidental. It wasn't an accident, and the event was deliberate. Example, somebody set the office on fire it was a malicious act by an upset former employee. So the former employee has caused damage deliberately to the office of his former employer. Here's a good one, especially in the times that we're in at the moment, on January 2022. Infection. Infection. We could say that the Omicron variant of COVID-19 is highly infectious. Infectious. Meaning that this particular variant transmits very easily from one person to another. Think of other words that you might know that have ious on them. Example, I love eating chocolate. It's blah blah blah. I love eating chocolate. It's blah blah blah. My mum likes it when I eat brown bread because it's more blah 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 than white bread. I mentioned this word in the previous 6 words, okay? So you can always rewind back, think about the words that I've just mentioned. Our house is quite small, so my bedroom is not very blah blah blah. Again, it's one of the previous 6 I mentioned. And the final example is, my sister has chicken pox, which is blah 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 blah. Right? Think about what I said about COVID-19. That's the answer. I'm going to give you some more shush words now, okay? Something that's highly valuable can be precious. Somebody who is trying to hide their actions while doing them could be suspicious. Suspicious. And I always think of that game where everybody says, oh, it's sus, it's red, it's green, it's blue. No, it's not, it's pink. Shush. You've heard of the game Among Us, right? I think you'll hear that word in the Among Us game. A vehicle or an animal that can live in water. So a vehicle can go in water. It is amphibious. Amphibious. Somebody who doesn't take risks is cautious. Cautious. Something that is not factual is fictitious. Fictitious. A dog that is wild could be described as being vicious. Vicious. Okay, so someone who is pretentious is someone who attempts to impress people by affecting greater importance or talent or culture. Okay, so someone who's always trying to be better than someone else, we could describe that person as being pretentious. Someone who's scared or is frightened of not doing something could be called anxious. She is very anxious, meaning that he or she is very scared. Example, I can't sleep well at night because I have an assignment to do. I'm very anxious. Okay. An event that keeps reoccurring could be described as repetitious. Repetitious. Someone who's very strong, very athletic, or something that does something that makes a lot of changes in a short space of time could be ferocious. Ferocious. Example: ooh, the wind outside today is ferocious. It's a very strong wind. A wine or a perfume that has a rich aroma or scent could be described as luscious. Luscious. Lucius. Want to know more about English pronunciation? Try this video up here. Or if you want to have a little bit more of an in-depth guide, try this playlist here. And also don't forget to like and subscribe my videos. I would really appreciate it if you do that, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you over there.